Constructivism. Constructivism is a learning series which holds that knowledge is best gained through a process of reflection and active construction in the mind. There are three fundamental psychologists of constructivism: Jean Piaget, Lev Vygotsky, and John Dewey. Cognitive schema. Piaget stated that a cognitive schema is a packet of knowledge that we have in our mind. We can add to cognitive schema or change it. Assimilation and accommodation. Assimilation occurs when we modify or change new information to fit into our schemas. Accommodation is when we restructure or modify what we already know so that new information can fit in better.
Cognitive, social, radical. 1. Cognitive. Cognitive constructivism focuses on the idea that learning should be related to the learner's stage of the cognitive development. 2. Social. Social constructivism focuses on the collaborative nature of learning. Knowledge develops from how people interact with each other, their culture, and the society at large. Students rely on others to help create the building blocks, and learning from others helps them correct their own knowledge and reality. 3. Radical. Radical constructivism is very different from connective and social constructivism. It focuses on the idea that learners and the knowledge their constructor tell us nothing real, only have as functions in our environment.
So today I want to explain and give an example about the roles of a teacher in a constructivist classroom. So basically the first one, teachers should consider the zone of proximal development for students. So here, as an illustration of what is zone of proximal development. So the second one in roles of a teacher in constructivist classroom is the teacher should facilitate peer interaction and cooperation between learners, since the social and cultural context of learning is essential in constructivist classroom. The last one is teachers must be flexible and adapt to learners. So in this context means students, individuals, and needs.
Now I will be explaining an example of constructivism being used in classroom, which is called scaffolding. Scaffolding basically means the teachers give instructions to their students and then let them to practice on their own. This can involve group practice or individual work. The instructional scaffolding process includes the teachers to explain the concept at the students' current level and their potential developmental level. The steps to this are: first, by breaking the directions into small chunks so that the students can see the ideas clearly. Second, by grouping the students. And the last one, the teacher needs to walk around the class and to give tips and tricks to the groups. The benefits to doing this are it can impart confidence and it can help students grow in knowledge and independence. Some of the strategies in the instructional scaffolding process are to use prior knowledge, which can connect new learning to prior life experience. Next one is to talk about it, which means that the teacher needs to explain and to repeatedly talk about the topic so that the student will have time to absorb the new knowledge and to have reflection on it. And the last one is to use technology. The teachers need to be creative, like making a playlist of videos that are related to the topic, or allow their students to play games that are also related to the topics.
Next, we have the pros and cons of constructivism. For the pros, constructivism is a student-centered approach, letting the students to be able to think autonomously. It is also an enjoyable approach of learning as they are able to experience something new as they learn. And lastly, it promotes an engaging environment as they will socialize to complete a task. Moving on to the cons, the approach is very time consuming. It also requires differentiation of tasks for each student. And lastly, constructivism approach does not fit with standardized tests that focus more on memorization rather than inquiry-based learning.